Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel again today. So, big story that obviously was announced yesterday was our wonderful and successful Prime Minister, that's known as sarcasm, Keir Starmer, has announced after the petition that was put out and was signed by over 2 million people around the UK to call for another general election. Okay, for all the reasons that the guy that set it up put on there, but they're going to debate it in the Houses of Parliament. So he's decided he's going to allow it. Unfortunately, what he forgets to mention, but if it reaches over 100,000, they have to have a debate on it. Now, so they're going to have a debate. Is there any point, realistically, for having this debate? And the honest answer is no, there isn't. It's an absolute pointless exercise. Now, as I've said in the past, I understand why the petition was put up. And no matter what your political view is, politicians never tell the truth. They probably lie more than salespeople. And I've worked in sales over half of my life. And if you spoke to any of my children and asked them what I do for a living, they will tell you I'm a professional liar. That's what they say about me, which is always nice to say about your father. Okay, but that's what they say. That's what happens when you worked in the double glazing industry and you've worked in to do with renewables, specifically solar energy. Okay, that's what they say about me. So the reality is, and the other flip side of the coin is, things can always be worse than they were expected. What they were promising at one time, the goalposts always move. And I'm not trying to say that to defend Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer's the last person on the planet I'd put a defence up. But that is a defence for him. Okay. So, if you take that and put that aside, is there any chance that there's going to be a general election anytime soon? No. The honest answer is, because normally if a general election is called, you're looking at 4 to 5 weeks. And what you've got to remember, we've got Christmas coming up. That's what, approximately 3 to 4 weeks time. And the New Year period. So all these lazy politicians are going to be wanting to have a bit of time off, spending a bit of time with their family, maybe actually think about going to see some of their constituents, things like that they like to say that they like to do and everything. They're not going to be wanting to try and preach to everybody to tell them to go and vote for their party. So realistically, the earliest you're going to get an election is mid-January next year. Okay, realistically. And then the fundamental problem is the Labour Party have a majority in the Houses of Parliament. Is Keir Starmer going to tell his MPs, go and vote for this? If he puts it to a vote, which he probably would. He might not, but he probably would. So, go and vote for this. Let's go and have another general election. I very much doubt he would do that. He'd probably pull in the 3-line whip because he's so chicken he's scared that he'd lose it, to make sure that he wins and that there's not going to be another general election. But I'd still doubt that Labour MPs would actually vote, because it's no different to when there was the vote on the winter fuel allowance. They were too gutless to actually go with what they actually believed in, and went with the party and went and voted for the cuts to the winter fuel allowance. Because that's what Labour MPs are like. No, pretty much no different to what Conservative MPs are like. So, you attack one, you've got to attack the other. So from that point of view, this is an absolute waste of time. With all the things MPs should be doing and all the things that need to be fixed in this country, this is a complete and utter waste of time during this debate. Because they're not going to vote for it at the end of the day. They have the majority. So they should concentrate on getting on and doing the job that they're actually there and being paid extremely well for, because they're on the best part of at least 90 grand per year at the end of the day, and they're going to waste their time debating this. And to be honest, do we need an election? Now, me being a Conservative voter, I'd gladly see the back of this government. But they did win the election at the end of the day. And I've got to suck it up for the next best part of 4 years until they come out of power. And hopefully lose the next election. So that's where I personally see it at the moment. You know, if you think differently, you know, please do let me know in the comments. I've got no problem. People thinking differently to me, you know, whether you would consider yourself more to the left and being a Labour guy, or if you're more to the right, you know, whether you're Reform, Conservative, Liberal Democrat, no problem. Just let us know what you personally think in the comments down below. For now, obviously, thanks for listening. Okay, and if you are watching my channel for the first time, if you could also please subscribe, I would appreciate it. It helps me obviously put more content out on a daily basis, and normally talking about more important things than this, because this is pretty a stupid and ridiculous thing to be talking about. And, you know, to be honest, I've already wasted 7 minutes of my time, and this is a waste of time talking about this. But for now, thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.